Sawadee-ka! Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. Today, because I'm in Thailand, we're going to do something a little fun and interesting. I'm going to show you how coconut milk gets made. Now, I have to preface this with, this is actually the first time I'm going to open this coconut. Usually when I used to make coconut milk as a kid, it's been opened for me by an adult because it requires wielding a big cleaver. But today, hey, for Hot Thai Kitchen, we're gonna do it together. So this is an old coconut, and this is not the kind of coconut you get your coconut water from. Those are young coconut. There's water in here, but the older the coconut, the thicker the flesh, and that thick flesh gets creamy and fatty, and that's where the coconut milk comes from. So this had a big hairy husk on it, and it's been taken off and it's been shaved with, like, literally with a knife, just kind of shaved like that, so that you don't get too much hair in the coconut water when we release it. So the first thing we're gonna do is crack it so that the water comes out, so we can deal with it without water splashing everywhere. So okay, this is my second time ever, so maybe this will go slightly better than the first time. Oh, it's cracked. There, I just heard it. So I try to split it so all the water comes out. And this coconut water is completely drinkable. It's actually sweeter than the young coconut water that gets, turned into commercial coconut water. Whoa, there's more water. So, woo! So I'm so excited about this. My first one didn't come out this pretty, but here we go. So now we've got this beautiful old coconut, and now we're going to grate this meat using my special tool, the rabbit. All right, so here's the part I'm familiar with. I used to do this a lot growing up. So I'd be handed a coconut just like this, and then we would use this thing, which is a coconut grating chair, also known as the rabbit. And okay, it's not known as the rabbit. We call it katai, and that means rabbit for reasons unbeknownst to me. I guess in some ways it looks like a rabbit, but it has this really sharp blade, and then you just grate it, just like that. And as you can see, it's really quite moist and juicy, and then we're gonna take that and squeeze all the coconut milk out of it. This is one of those things people don't do anymore, okay? Like, I'm completely going back in time here. Nowadays, people either buy the coconut already grated and then they milk their own coconut milk, or they just buy pre-made coconut milk. But there's nothing like fresh coconut milk. The flavor, the aroma is so much better than any kind of canned or preserved type of coconut milk. And you know what? When I was little, I liked this stuff. This is fun. So this is what it looks like when it's done. Well, I could push it a little bit further, but I'm getting a little tired, so I think we've got enough. As you can see, in some parts, I went a little far and I dug out the shell. It's not a big deal for coconut milk, but if you're using it for dessert or something, you don't want the brown bits contaminated into the white fluffy coconut. So normally, if you were to industrially make this, you can make 100% coconut milk, meaning you just take this with nothing added and put it through like a squishing machine, and then the machine just squishes out all the coconut milk. However, at home, we can't squish as hard as those machines, so we're gonna need a little bit of help. So we like to add a little bit of hot water into the coconut meat, and then it makes the milking a little bit easier. And then you just squeeze it with your hand. So really just go in, and you'll see as you squeeze, the coconut milk will come running out, and that's coconut milk right there. And when I was a kid, I would just do this for like 15 minutes and I'd just keep going because it's really fun. Okay, so now that I've got this, I'm going to squeeze it into a strainer. And this strainer is very traditional. I think this has been here since I was born. And squeeze it over the strainer. And that's it. That's fresh coconut milk. Ah, fly. Ah. Okay, and then I'm going to save this and set it aside because I want to go back and I can try to milk even more coconut milk out of that. And then what I'll get is what we call hangkati, or basically the second press. It's a thinner coconut milk. It definitely has its uses, but this first press is the more concentrated, creamier version. So, woo, there we go. And that's it. That's how you make fresh coconut milk old school. As you can see, we didn't get a whole lot of coconut milk, so this is a lot of work, right? And that's why when I was little, I was used to make coconut milk a lot. But I think it's a great experience. If you get a chance, if you get a hold of a coconut, you should give it a try, and you can really experience what fresh coconut milk tastes like and smell like, and it's also quite a lot of fun as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal. Now, if you are a guy, you would just straddle this thing and just put the coconut between your legs. But as a lady, this is sort of the more appropriate position to do this in. But if you're by yourself, just go ahead and do whatever is comfortable, right?